Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new here. Growing up, for many of us, we grow up and we're not given words of affirmation at all or just a tiny bit. And for some of us, we receive the opposite. We receive shaming, being brought down, and this affects people for the rest of their life. Feeling unworthy of receiving love, receiving money, feeling they're unable to share themselves with the world. So really unlearning all that happened in the past is very essential. It's becoming aware of the thoughts in your mind, knowing those thoughts originated from your childhood maybe, and that they are not of your truth. And one very powerful practice is mirror work. Mirror work is sitting in front of the mirror and telling yourself beautiful words, telling yourself words of affirmation. I'm proud of you. I love you. You are so powerful. You are so deserving. And really bringing yourself up through your words, telling yourself, I am worthy of so much more than I can imagine. And really tuning into your body when you're saying these words. You might cringe away, you might close off, you might panic within your mind in receiving these words. And this is originating from your childhood. And the process of unlearning will allow you to retrieve gifts that were hidden away and will allow you to start sharing yourself in a more open, authentic, true way. So, words of affirmation towards yourself is very important, as well as understanding how to say these words of affirmation, whether it be to your friends, to your partner, or to your parents. And this is very powerful if said to your parents, because then you are showing them you are a role model for what is positive and doing the opposite of what was said to you maybe as a child. But of course, this does not apply to you if you did not go through this. But when you also say positive words to your partner, you uplift that other person. Growing up, I went through that sort of shaming and being brought down, and I did not feel beautiful. I did not feel like I was worthy. I felt like I was not important. And recently I've been reflecting and realizing I didn't receive affection or words of affirmation in the way that I should have been receiving. And whether it be the parents were busy, especially that my parents immigrated to Canada, being first generation, this is a lot of pressure, a lot of maybe even culture shock. I don't think they were even aware of what culture shock is and how that can create loneliness and depression and anger and all sorts of emotions. And to not receive some sort of counseling or some sort of help will then affect the children as well. So it's been a process of unlearning, and I've done a previous video how I've blessed my water with words of affirmation and positive words and drinking that water. And because we're 75% water, this really affects our lens of how we see the world. And water carries memory. So that's just another practice you can do. Mirror work, blessing your water with positive words, and practicing receiving from your friends, from a support group. And if you don't have those friends to give you those positive words, I would recommend doing that mirror work and seeing how that can really reflect in your outside world. I also have affirmation meditations on Insight Timer. They're free meditations. I will link them in the description box below. Words of affirmation is one of the 5 love languages, and if you don't know your love language, I will place a link to a quiz to understand what your love language is. These are the 5 love languages. The first one is words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. So really seeing which one of those you connect with the most. So I highly recommend knowing your love language and telling your friends, telling your partner about that. If you do have a partner, then telling your partner about this And personally, my two top love languages is quality time and physical touch. This makes me feel safe, makes me feel happy, and this really supports me. So what is your love language? Feel free to place that down below in the comments section. And don't forget, there is a link for understanding what your love language is in the description box below. Please like this video if you felt like you benefited from it. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you very soon.